Okay, resuming. Can't see what's in here. Well, hold on just a moment. Okay, back to the exploration. Huh. Like he made a little model or something.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
That's neat.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Hmm.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
I wonder. Wait, what? Oh, she literally did seal the door.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Staircase to go up.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Why would he blame himself?
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Oh, I see why. Uh, it was a pothead.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Uh-huh.
That part of him lived on.
Hey, what happened? Get back in there. We're not done exploring. Gaming controller. The classic stuff.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oh, nice TV. Cute little console though. Wonderland Turbo. I wonder if that's supposed to be like the equivalent of a PlayStation 1. Oh yeah, if you're gonna go for a trip and you're gonna be seeing these kind of pictures, you're gonna go for a bigger trip. Wait, what's that? Huh.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
oh wow. Upgrade.
I
Like real
worried about
games.
him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
I have a bad feeling about this.
On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
Huh.
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him
Oh boy.
that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Mario reference.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Yeah, like an RPG world.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see things.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh boy.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
You're the one that got him the job he didn't want.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen. Beautiful prince. Wait, what?
handsome queen.
Wait. What was the meaning of
The
that?
queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows.
I have no idea what is happening.
Followed the sound of her
Oh, sorry. Silver harp.
silver harp.
Multitasking and paying attention at the same time.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
I'm trying not to screw
He
this
knew
up.
the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Like how video games advance in graphics.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him But the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
No interactions? This is not going to end well, is it?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Don't tell me it's gonna end with him being fish food. I am greatly concerned.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
The handsome queen.
There was only one thing left to do.
To grab it with your hand. Oh no. No, no. Bend down his head. No. Does it have to be this? We can tell this is wrong. This is very, very wrong. Oh no. Oh no.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That was painful to you just know what was gonna happen.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Okay, are we missing anyone here? Oh, I see the image of father. Dawn. We didn't get Dawn. Oh man. I hope he wasn't high on reality. Like, I mean, on the substance on the job. But then again, you don't have to be high to be seeing things. Just your mind could literally take you places if you're not paying attention. Most people won't understand that because they're literally doing their daily routine things. But many things happen to other people that other people are unaware of.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Is there a little kitchen? A little fridge?
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Disaster relief?
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Guess that's her room. A feather. Oh, a pen feather.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Never fun when families argue and you're little. Negativity affects young people. A lot of people just don't want to understand and mention it. They just want to get it out of the way.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your story! think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Oh boy.
That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh boy.
I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Woo!
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Uh-oh.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Story by Great Sparrow for Shirley Dallas, 1948, 2013. Very interesting story. A lot of beauty, but also some twisted horror in there, but stories are stories. It's good to see and hear, watch different takes of stories and not the repetitive, oh, this has to happen, this gotta be happening. Like, oh, you can't have the story go like this because it doesn't explain this, or the protagonist has to have an antagonist, and blah blah blah. And I always got upset when I hear people just putting down other people's stories just because it's different and doesn't follow the routine, air quotes there. But I really like this. This was different. Felt scary at times, especially when you know what thing's gonna happen. But I mean, it's not horrifying. I mean, it's just a story, a very interesting story. I was kind of thinking if something was in the house or something, like was there a raccoon or something in the garage? Sounded like there was something there. And I guess the mystery is never solved, not unless I missed something and I didn't look. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if I should go back and replay or anything. But I'm curious to see other people's outtakes, so maybe another time I'll look up on YouTube and see other people's videos. See if their thoughts and their experiences. I felt like I missed something on Barbara Finch when I paused it. I felt like maybe the clip moved on when I had it paused. Like, did that happen? Like, I don't know. Because I lost track of time because of I'm on the PlayStation playing this, and I was hoping to broadcast and stuff, but sometimes the broadcast just cuts out whenever I'm on the PlayStation. I just don't understand. I could do it on my Xbox and it cuts out a bit, but not as much as the PlayStation. For me, that is. But there is a way that you can share your clips, and I put it like up to like 60 minutes, almost an hour, depending on the game. Like, and I kind of missed a little brief at the beginning, but it was just very brief. Like when the person was just sailing on the boat to the place where she was, you know, exploring. But yeah, that's I did this all in one day, one sitting. Just had to keep an eye, like, the time when I started, and nearly an hour just, like, stop and share the clip. I just put everything straight on YouTube. I didn't add any intros or outros or anything. Because there was always that, Share Factory, I think that's called. So I posted a few videos from there, edited or stuff, but... Oh, okay. The end. The replay story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. I mean, I wish I got to hear more about the grandma's story thing. Not unless I missed something or there's a way you can get the story to go that way, but... Replay a story? Wait, does it mean the whole thing or just one of the stories? I'll just stop right here because I'll try another time, maybe. But yeah, this was very interesting playing this. I'm sure a certain someone enjoy my little reactions on it. And maybe a few others, never know. Well, this was Sir Nito playing Edith Finch. And I'm gonna trying other games later on today, hopefully. Later, folks.